Hi guys, so I am at my apartment right now in Boston. I just finished filming NBC Nightly News. They gave me an hour and a half to prepare. So I had my makeup girl come and do my makeup, kind of winged my hair. I'm wearing this cute new Banana Republic blouse. But before this segment comes out, I want to talk a little bit about 13 Reasons Why. Obviously right now 13 Reasons Why is getting a ton of press, which is awesome. Thank you so much to all of these press opportunities. I'm so thrilled that I have been able to follow my dreams and have ended up here. But there's another side to this story that I think needs to be talked about, and that's the actual side effects of a young adult who's fragile and vulnerable watching a show like 13 Reasons Why. So a few press outlets have contacted me about putting together a study or a group of girls or boys, young adults who are all in high school, who might be interested in coming around and talking about how 13 Reasons Why made you guys feel. And that to me is awesome. I am so happy to hear these two outlets out of all the other ones contact me. I have a bug bite. Contact me about 13 Reasons Why and getting kids to talk about it. Because right now, all these press opportunities are awesome. I'm so thrilled. Obviously, you know, press and getting the topic right now talked about is really important, but nobody's talking directly to teens. So I'm concerned that the show is going to bring up a lot of topics that young adults are dealing with, and the show poorly represents what counselors, therapists, staff are supposed to do and usually do when a student talks about suicide. So I'm really interested. Do you guys agree with me? Do you guys think that 13 Reasons Why is glamorizing teen suicide? And do you think the show should have had a disclaimer or something at the beginning that said that the show was not suitable for really fragile young adults, or that the content that you guys are going to be seeing in it is a little bit off-putting? And I just really think that it's important to talk about the fact that this show is not real life. Hannah Baker is a fictional character. These 13 characters are 13 fake people. And in real life, I've dealt with bullying, I've dealt with an eating disorder, I've dealt with all of these things. I know what it feels like to be in the position where you see this show and you don't know where to turn to. If I was 13 or 14 and I was watching this show right now, I would be truly traumatized. 13 Reasons Why glamorizes teen suicide. Like I said, because Hannah Baker is not properly portrayed as a young adult who's dealing with suicide or depression or body image issues because she lives on through these tapes. In real life, nobody's living on through tapes. The person who's harming themselves dies, and this show doesn't properly portray that. So I would love to hear from you guys about what you think about 13 Reasons Why. If you think it's glamorizing teen suicide, check out the bio below to see my Rolling Stones article, my CNN piece, Refinery29, and all these other outlets that are covering this show. And it's definitely bringing up the topic of suicide and mental health and social media, which is awesome. But it's up to us right now, it's up to faculty and staff to directly assess the issue and handle it, and, you know, definitely talk to teens who have shown signs that they want to harm themselves. And that's the group of young adults that we have to focus on. You know, we have to focus on all of them, obviously, but the ones right now who might take that step and think that they're going to get the attention that they want by committing suicide, that's why I kind of hate this show right now. And I'm really nervous that teens are watching this and thinking that it's the easy way out. Because as somebody who's dealt with these issues, suicide is not the easy way out. You can think about it, but talking to somebody in person, getting advice, getting help makes such a difference. Going to therapy, there's so many free sites out there like Talkspace, Maven, that have a lot of free first time opportunities, and that gives you a chance to talk to somebody and get their advice. Not all counselors are gonna not help you. You know, the counselor shown in the show didn't help Hannah at all, and counselors aren't like that, and they are trained on what to do when somebody goes and asks them a topic like this. So just know that the stuff you're seeing in the show isn't what real life is like, and that if you're harming yourself, you're gone. Like, if you commit suicide, you're not living on. You might think about creating these tapes, but doesn't mean that you're even going to get the attention that you want, or even blaming your problems on 13 people. That's not a good way either. That's not a good piece of advice that this show is giving young adults. You can't blame people for your problems. And I think that's a huge message to take away from this show, is definitely start talking about your problems, start talking about anything that you're dealing with, good or bad. And the second thing is you can't blame people for what you're dealing with. When I was bullied in high school, I can't blame those girls. I mean, in a way, obviously you can think that definitely was traumatizing for maybe you guys if you were bullied and it really affects you, but you can't blame them if you're gonna go and hurt yourself or you're thinking all these things. It's not necessarily their fault. Everybody has a right to do what they want to do, and it's up to you to decide how to handle it and how to take your emotions in control and not let them overtake you. So yeah, check out the bio below for all these cool pieces that are coming out, and I would love to hear your guys' opinion on 13 Reasons Why, and if you think it's glamorizing teen suicide. So leave them below, and I'm also looking for a group of young adults on the East Coast who would be interested in talking to me on camera about 13 Reasons Why. So if that's you, email me below too, and I am looking forward to hearing from you. And check out NBC Nightly News tonight at 6 p.m.